The FiFine K688. FiFine? FiFine? FiFine. I'm not sure how to say it. This is a sponsored video. This mic was provided to me to do this video. And when I'm done with it, I'm going to pass it on to other YouTube gear creators who can then review it and do what they'd like with it. But I didn't pay a cent for this mic. The one I am going to pay for the cent for is the one my girlfriend's going to get, which is the pink one. Let me just pull up a picture of the pink one really quick. See if the pink one comes up. I just hit it on the web page. Come on. Come on. Should be the pink one. Ah, you're wasting everybody's time now. Anyway, there's a pink one. And, well, here we go. We'll go to the Amazon. And we'll show it in pink. There we go. So that one I am going to buy. That I do pay for. So this review is actually costing me money. Okay? So, but I don't mind. It's fun. Now we're to the Tascam Model 24. Sorry, folks. I know you're here for the FiFine. So, I've tested this thing out for 3 days now. It's a good mic. Don't buy a Shure SM7B if you don't need to spend $500 Canadian. If you're just a podcaster and you're not really good with mics, buy this mic. Buy the FiFine K688. So now that I've disclosed that this is a sponsored video, I don't get any money if you buy one. Buy one or don't buy one. And that's it. And then this mic will be gone from my life, but the pink one will, my girlfriend will take the pink one. So, why is this a good mic for my girlfriend or my daughter or your brother or your mailman or your mom or your grandma or somebody who wants to podcast, but they don't know what an XLR cable is? So if you're going to set your buddy up, or your brother or your sister or somebody, your daughter, your son, you're going to set them up for podcasting. You go, well, you need a microphone. They're like, okay, I know what that looks like. And you're like, you're going to need an XLR cable. They're like, what? Then you need a preamp and an audio interface, and you're going to want to watch out for them. You're probably going to want a Reaper, and right? And you're just going to inundate them like you're just going to pound them with like audio, this crazy setup. Or you can say, why don't you just get a FiFine and it just USBs and sets itself up and you're fine and you're up and running. I plugged this thing into my Mac. It showed up in Reaper. There was some confusion, but just confusion. There's nothing from stopping it from working. I plugged it into my Mac. It appeared in Reaper, and I was talking on the FiFine. It's got its own preamp. Okay, so at the heart of this is like a dynamic mic, like a Shure SM7B. The Shure SM7B is a fat mic that needs a lot of gain. It's known for that. It's known for being a gain-sucking hog. This thing has its own preamp right in it. You're not going to have that problem. You just turn the gain up. It also has a headphone jack and headphone volume right on the back. It has USB because you can do what I just said, hook it into a Mac, it just shows up and you start going. It also has an XLR if you want to get fancy with it. If you don't actually want to run all this stuff, just run the XLR and then bam, it's a normal dynamic microphone, just like a Shure SM7B. And if you watch my other video on this, go ahead and listen to me talk to the Shure into the SM7B versus the FiFine K688, and it's not a $450 or $400 difference. Do you know what I'm saying? If you spend $400 more for the Shure SM7B, no one's gonna go, gee, that podcaster sounds $400 better today. It ain't gonna happen, right? Comes with its own mic stand mount here. There is a mute button on the top, which I kept accidentally hitting. But so then don't touch your mic. You know what I mean? I was like, I hit it again. I hate hitting this button because it is very touch sensitive. It's a touch button, right? I could actually hook it into my PC. I got a PC down here I could hook it into. Just to give it power. We'll just power it up here. There we go. It's all installing on my PC for me, but now you can see, like, you just rub your finger, whoop, whoop, like it is quite sensitive. So then just don't touch your mic. You know what I mean? I was complaining. It's like, I hit it again. Well, stop touching the mic. Put it on the mic stand. Stop touching the mic, right? Anyway, this thing's powered right now. My gaming PC down there. But you don't have to. You can unhook it and just run it like an XLR, like a normal mic. If you do know about microphones and XLR cables and audio interfaces and all that stuff. So you can go both ways with it. So it's the perfect mic for beginners, podcasters, streamers, YouTubers who want a great sounding mic without diving into the pro audio complexity. Like, am I really going to go to my daughter and go, this is the preamp and you got to set this and this is the high Z and then it goes into the interface? No, you're going to plug this into my daughter's computer and you're like, here's your mic. Just go. You know, if you want it to sound louder, you do this one. If you want your headphones to sound louder, you do this one. And the headphone jack is right on the back. So you're going to hear what the people hear. So this is very much for people starting a podcast or YouTube channel for scratch. Or people that have had one for a long time and they just don't want to deal with it. You know, like, and by it, I mean the complexity of XLR cables and preamps. If you're intimidated by phrases like, you know, phantom power, interface, gain staging, low Z, high Z, then this is the mic for you. You just want to plug in a mic and sound good. The fact that it is a dual XLR and USB makes this mic a standout. The fact that you don't need the preamp because it's built in makes this mic a standout. It also has a dynamic mic advantage. What do I mean by that? It's still a dynamic mic. It's going to pick up what you say into the front of it and nothing at the back and very little at the sides. Unlike a condenser mic, say like a Blue Yeti, this doesn't pick the whole room up. Who thought it was a good idea to put the Blue Yeti in front of podcasters? You know, you go down to Future Shop or Best Buy or whatever them stores are called now. They used to be called Adventure Electronics 25 years ago, and they're like, hey, you podcasting? You need the Blue Yeti. It's like, yeah, but when the garbage truck outside goes by, the Blue Yeti picks up the garbage truck. A condenser mic's the wrong mic for a podcaster. You want a dynamic mic, a directional dynamic mic such as this. Less background noise, better for untreated bedrooms and offices, obviously. It's got a metal, like an aluminum body. It's very durable. The mute button I talked about. It's a touch sensitive button. If it's too sensitive, we'll stop touching it. Stop touching your mic. Touch it on purpose. The gain knob and the headphone knob feel very nice. They're very high quality. The threaded mount is a standard in that it will fit most your booms, your arms, your desk stands, your mic stands. No problem there. The USB was plug and play. Great for laptops, Macs. What else can I say about it? The XLR part of it, if you do go that route and you do get yourself an XLR cable, it does require an audio interface like a Focusrite Scarlett or what else is popular? The Universal Audio interfaces. So this mic offers both that and the USB, which is great. This costs way less than all the competitors. You can start simple with this, grow your setup over time. It's good enough to sound professional without needing to learn everything there is about audio. If you already have a high-end mic, such as a Shure SM7B and a nice, cloud lifter or an interface that can deal with the SM7B, well, then don't buy this mic. Or you buy this for your guests, and they're so affordable, you can have 6 guests, so you can buy 5 of these, and just put them around the table. You're going to have a big round table discussion in your podcast. You could do voiceover work with this. You could do online teaching, Zoom calls, solo streaming. And yeah, I like it enough. I'm buying the pink one for my girlfriend. Of course, the fact that it even comes in pink is the big sell for her. It also comes in white. The pink and the white are a little bit more money. Not enough to be a big deal. It isn't just a starter mic. It's practical for long-term use. That's why Mike over at Live Recordings is like, well, I think I'll just get one because, he's constantly podcasting. Obviously, He's constantly making videos. So it might just be easier for him to have something like this swinging around on the boom over top of his head there. Or, if, he starts having guests over or whatever, you shove this to the guest. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about it. Like I said, they did provide the mic. This one will not be mine soon because I'm simply going to send it to another YouTube creator. I'm fully entitled to keep it if I want, but we're going to have this pink one around, and I already have a Shure SM7B, so it's just not really something that I would rather see somebody else review it. Oh, here's the pink one here. There's the pink. There's the white. And there's the black, which is, just here. But no, I like it. I think it's great. When we finally let my daughter podcast, I'll be getting her one. She's not really old enough to be exposed to you crazy animals on YouTube yet, but it's like Creed in The Office, he thinks he's blogging, but it doesn't go anywhere. Well, eventually we'll have to let her, she's been wanting to podcast since she was like 5 years old. So eventually we're going to have to let her podcast out on YouTube, but not right now, but there's no question. This will be the mic. This will be the mic I'm buying, So do I hold on to this now? I'll get one later. They're just so affordable. I'll get one later. Plus my wife will have the pink one, and is she going to actually stick to podcasting? Probably not. So this one's going to be around the house. So if you have any questions, or I'll probably own this for another week or so. If you want me to do anything with it, you want me to shove it on a guitar cabinet or a kick drum or a snare drum, or you want me to put it on a synthesizer, let me know. I got this thing for until I send it away, right? So I can hang on to it for as long as I want. So if you got anything you want to see the FiFine K688 do, give me a shout. Thanks for watching.